And hey, we're live. We're back. SHEcago Talks, a Her World Media production. I got the Dr. Lewis on right now, and plenty more probably coming, but that's going to be when we come right back. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and watch your wellness and your wealth rocketed out of this world. That's right. Come get the 911 on the 411. For women, from women. Hurry. Remember, it's a Her World Media production. All women, all the time. Hashtag Shift the Spotlight. Man, hey, got
Hi.
on. And hey, look who I got calling me, the doctor. What's up, Dr. Wakanda? We all here?
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Yeah, I saw it. Cool. It's good. Oh, it's already in your email. Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
There and says it was him. But he said he was following one of my videos and he ended up getting an extra $30,000 grant put in.
Oh, hold on.
Who got a grant?
Oh, that's one of my clips. That was one of my clips.
I need you to comment where you are.
Sorry about that. That was one of my clips I was showing. We're back. That was one of my clips. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Miss Fields, the good Lieutenant Governor, you got us blocked. You can unmic. There we go.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey.
Hi.
I don't know who knows who. Lieutenant Governor, did you meet the doctor? Doctor, did you meet the Lieutenant Governor?
No.
It's an honor. Nice to meet you.
No.
Yeah.
How are
Yeah.
you, Anthony?
Hey, I'm putting y'all in the mix. Hey. Get mad at me later. Y'all just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do apologize.
How the meeting's
I'm in
going?
the car, so
I know.
Well, I'm about to go in a minute, but I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a few minutes before I go in. Yeah.
Okay, so how the meeting's going? Well, you was a little sick, so y'all had to rechange some meetings, right?
Yeah. So right now, wait a minute. Where did I go? Okay. So right now my calendar is just absolutely crazy. So it's literally like 2-3 meetings a day. So, but it's picking up. So just
that's your
prayer.
meeting. That's your meeting at the barbershop, right?
No. This is another meeting. This is a GOP meeting. The meeting at the barbershop was last night, and so we have another one on the 31st.
But that's your meeting too, right?
Yes. So we're planning meetings, and I'm in other meetings and just talking about, our strategy for campaigning and different things like that. So yeah, just a lot of speaking engagements. Yeah.
So we got a meeting coming up this Monday, right?
Yeah, the 31st. Yeah, so that will be the last one. And then we're trying to do one a month, at least one a month, so we can get the momentum going and really just bring those roundtable conversations, out. Yeah.
And that's at that barbershop on 71st on South Shore, right?
Yeah, that's actually my husband's barbershop, so we own it. So yeah, right there in South Shore.
Could you give that address and stuff out? Because I got a good doctor on the line. I know somebody else out there is listening.
Yes. So it's 2225 East 71st Street, and that's Third Phase Barbershop. And so we're calling it barbershop politics. So we're just talking about it all. Yeah, nothing is censored. Because we just want to bring, a lot of education to our community so that people can understand, if you will, how the political system works and what their rights are in a lot of areas. And more importantly, just really discuss a lot of policies that are at work. So yeah, it'd be a great time. Be a great time. The barbershop a great time anyway. So just
Oh,
imagine.
who you telling? I got educated at the barbershop,
Look,
but I can't
yeah.
talk
So
about that.
so me and Doctor, we ain't at the barbershop, right? But my husband comes home with all sorts of stories, so
All
it's
sorts of
exciting.
stuff. So Dr. Lewis, a psyche on that is this a good psyche for young girls to see these Latasha Fields running for lieutenant governor? Should she be doing that instead of at home with the eggs and bacon? Oh, I hit a spot.
I'm just so impressed with, just the changes that women are making, and having to make, just with everything that's happened. And yes, it's inspiring to see women in government. I mean, didn't we have like a big shift? What was it? Just like, what was it, 4 years ago or 8 years ago? Did we have that shift of more women getting involved?
Yes.
And I guess, I don't, the revolution, but I guess we really need to see us in there, huh?
Well, yeah, that especially. Right.
Oh yeah.
Are we ready for that though? Are we really ready for that? I know you got karma up there with Biden, but are we ready down here, all in the ranks for all this good stuff?
Now, did you say karma on purpose?
I mean, Miss K with Biden, Joe Biden.
I'm just curious.
No, I wasn't playing words. No, yeah. What do you think? Since she's up there, is she setting the tone for it to trickle on down, and everybody's gonna fall in line, or well, what's your things there on the psyche and the lieutenant governor? Was that who inspired you to get out here to kick boots?
No,
Well, I mean,
no.
I'm impressed that she's there. Hallelujah, praise God. I'm like,
Yeah.
but of course, comes on the
I
shoulder.
mean, I can echo Dr. Lewis. She's there. Praise God, but I don't agree with their policies. So, from that regard, no, not really. But I think to answer your question in terms of Black women, African American women, yeah, I think it's a great shift, and I think the land, I think the country, there's fertile ground for us. At least I'm seeing it here in Illinois. There's a lot of momentum, and I think we have a lot to offer. And so I like to call it is just a season for the Deborahs and the Esthers. And so I am very excited what God is doing in this hour. And so, yeah, I think it's time. I think it's really time. As long as we as women know our place in terms of submitting, because I'm a married woman, so I'm going to always speak from that perspective in terms of my submission to my husband as the head of me, and the precepts of family being the institution. And so I think it's not just women, but it's just that foundation of family that I think everyone is thirsty for to regain that, because without that foundation, without that restoration of family, our country, let's known our states and our cities and our communities, but our country is at stake. And so yes, I think God has opened the door for it.
And I speak for the women who've been divorced. and we could all celebrate our values here. Your value for family, my value for freedom.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So we need one more F. I don't know. I ain't got it. I've been a screw up. So that's that other F. I haven't been married, but I had kids. So
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We need all support, right?
Need all support. Take all them pennies to the bank, huh?
Yeah, take them all. Yeah, leave nothing undone. Yes.
Wow. So, you going to meetings, Lieutenant Governor. You hitting meetings, and so what is a big rally for when all of us can come out? SHEcago Talks and Her Well Media to really work with you.
Oh, now that's an excellent question. Actually, I just got invited today, actually not too long ago, to speak at a huge rally that's happening January 29th here in Chicago, downtown Chicago. I think one of the sponsors, Turning Point USA, Freedom Initiative. It's just a lot of huge conservative organizations. And we're going to be talking about the vaccines and the masks. And I'm one of the speakers. So as I get more information, because it literally like 3:30, 4 o'clock, they just asked me. And so as they send me the information, I would definitely make sure you have it, Anthony, so you can begin to blast that out. But I would love to see all of your listeners, all of your supporters, just Chicago as a whole, to come down, because as we know, what Mayor Lightfoot has done with the vaccines and the masks. And so we just want to fight for our rights concerning that and just bring more awareness and exposure that as they chant on the other side, it is literally our body, our choice, right? So we want to blow that trumpet, right?
And you know what? I've been working, dialoguing, outlining a episode movie about this COVID, because I go on what I was taught through grammar school, a little of my college, in the Army, that a virus, you never can cure it. So my thing, how did you come up to push this COVID vaccine that is going to be a one-shot deal, but then you come back now, oh, you know what, you still could catch it? And when I'm speaking, because I'm really mad, because I just got it 3 weeks ago, the Johnson shot. I got sick, it left me. I got sick again, it left me, and now it just hit me again, and I've been off my little part-time job for about, I'm hit almost 20 days. I can't go back because I just got a thing in the email says I'm positive. Because I remember the tuberculosis. They always say once you had tuberculosis, you don't have to have an outbreak, but once you take that tab, your arm always swell because something about the antibodies is in you. So I'm confused. If I had COVID before, why you got to hit me with a real live culture? Although the nurses told me at the VA, it's only a piece of a culture, Mr. Williams. I'm like, if it's alive, if that alligator bites you with one tooth, you still bit. So you putting that thing in me and you telling me, well, you know what, now you're not going to get sick for 10 days. You only get sick for 3 days. But I got sick 3 times, 5 times 3. That's 15 days of sickness. I don't know, Doc. I only took counting. I grew up on the short bus.
I'm not a medical doctor, but what I can tell is that, I think all of us, we vacillate between, wanting to know all the information we can understand based on what we can understand, right? From molecular biology and all that stuff. But then also wanting to know everything and then kind of just give me the facts, just tell me what to do. I think, and just kind of, and it's just a lot of confusion around it. Right. I mean, and it's changing, right? The policies are changing, on, how much the population can tolerate. So you can't tell people stay home for 10 days now, you know what I mean? After, so all these things are changing, and people want to know, well, why did the Johnson & Johnson people react differently than the Moderna people or whatever, it's just, but you have to get in the weeds with that, right? You got to understand, science for that, so that's why it's confusing.
I grew up on a short bus. I do not have time to go back to school. I don't even think they make short buses no more. So I'm out. I got to walk.
Yeah. So I agree with Dr. Lewis. There's a lot of confusion concerning vaccines. And let me just say out the gate, my family and I, we don't do vaccines. So I have 4 children. My oldest 25, my last 3 babies, 15, 12, and 6, and they're non-vaccinated. So for us, getting vaccine wasn't an issue. We
I should have kept my ground.
Yeah, no, we don't do vaccines. And so we really heavily stick to biblical principles concerning our bodies. But I would encourage you all to really, as much as you can, because there's a lot of information, as Dr. Lewis said, and there's a lot of misinformation. But from what I know, I'm not an expert, and I tell people the only thing that I'm an expert on is what you're not doing to me and my kids' body and my body. That's the only thing I'm an expert on.
And here's the revolutionist.
Not really.
So I was.
Would you say power to the people? Hi, doctor.
Yeah. Hi.
Happy New Year, everyone.
The Lieutenant Governor, Miss Maybeth, our super teacher, and the Lieutenant Governor. Oh, we
How
about to
nice
do
to
it.
meet you.
Miss White. How you
How
doing?
nice
Pleasure
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you. You too. Yeah. So just our little research, if you will, that we've done. We keep up with it. My children's pediatrician is a naturopathic, natural health doctor. So I do keep in line up with what's going on and what's in the vaccines. And so just the little bit that I can understand, as Anthony was saying, we've been out of school a long time. That's just not something that I would advise or I would allow in my body or in my children's body. But everybody has that choice, and that's what this rally will be about, and anything else that we advocate. That at the end of the day, people should be allowed to make that choice for their bodies, because if something happens to someone and people are dying on both sides, that no one has to pick up that responsibility or that tab, but the individual and the family that has made that choice. So I am huge on freedom of choice, and that's what we need to really be fighting for, that people should be able to make choice, especially when it comes to their body autonomy. So we need to really encourage sovereignty of our own bodies.
And see that
That's our
social
responsibility.
psych thing. I waited a whole year. I didn't take it, man. Everybody, man, I'm like, man, no, no, no. I got people at church talking about Williams, man. They trying to explain to me, all the smart guys. I'm like, wait a minute. They told me a virus never leave your body. So how is this COVID gonna cure? This vaccination gonna cure this virus now in 20? No, they can't even cure the cold. But how they gonna cure COVID? Something told me not to take it, but you know what? I needed to go get these extra little jobs to do other stuff because, man, I knew it. I said, no, I just gonna wait. But then I got pressured. I had 8 job offers. I've been holding out. I'm like, no, I'm not taking. And I said, look, this one is close. This is one is here. I'll go in. And you know what? I think it's the worst one I took because it was at a school. I go in there one day. That night, I'm with the chills. I said, what the?
Yeah.
And I was
Let me
doing
just say
good.
this.
Can
Let
I
me say
ask
Yes,
this,
a
Anthony,
question?
yes,
about the
yes.
vaccine.
You the revolution. Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
May
too
Beth.
mature to
Super
be a
teacher.
revolutionary. If I was a younger person, y'all need to watch out.
I know you the general
But I'm
behind the
not.
scenes.
I
Go
have a
ahead.
question. I
Yes.
happen to be a product of public schools in Illinois, and the requisite to enter kindergarten, preschool, high school, and any state university and private university is that you take vaccinations. It's for the public good. So I'm a bit confused about individuals and groups who do not want to do something which would protect not just you, but others from whatever there is out here. I also have to say that I received part of my education in West Africa. So as I was getting off the plane, or as they say, deplaning, I had to present a valid passport and something called a yellow book. So since we had been doing vaccinations for a long time, I'm unclear what is the eventual good outcome of not taking a vaccination. I don't know. I'm not trying to make a value judgment. I have no idea.
Well, super teacher, I got a problem with that because if you first tell me that I'm gonna give you this shot and you're not gonna catch it, but then after we start doing it and dying from it and then all this, you tell me, oh, you still can catch the virus and you still can pass it on. So why would I take that? 1 and 2 is not 3. 1 and 1, well, 1 and 2 is 3, but it's not 4. So I'm confused too then, super teacher.
Unfortunately, thank you for the description and the adjective. In many cases, it's correct. I'm not modest.
Yes.
But the thing is, Western medicine, my own experience, I have found just treats symptoms. It doesn't really go to the heart of what may be the problem which causes a condition. But people who put themselves out here and they may infect others, I thought it was a point of protecting the public good by having people take the vaccine. I want to make a point. They're talking about 800,000 people died. The population of the United States is how many million? Is it 70, 80, 100? No, not 100 million.
No, we got.
But like, what is it? 70 million people?
No, we got a billion here, don't we?
No, we don't have a billion people. We're talking about tiny. We're talking about a billion people. No. So you have less than 1% of people who are dying from this. A medical friend of mine told me that really COVID is another kind of tuberculosis, and that this particular virus is a result of what? Unclean water, closed living circumstances, food that's unclean, and something called rhinitis, something non-specific, where it's just a product of pollution. So I don't understand how the society is going to be able to deal with people who are not vaccinated. Now you got to have a shot card record and an ID to go into a venue, like a restaurant. I was asked over the weekend when I went into a restaurant for a copy of my shot card.
Let you go to Indiana.
An ID. So I don't understand. I'm trying to understand what is the ultimate benefit of your. I understand the sovereignty issue. As it relates to, I'm looking at the abortion thing that's happening. The state has gotten to a personal thing with women and their bodies. Not the state, but state governments are trying to move into being dictating to a woman what she could do and cannot do with her body in terms of aborting an embryo. But I'm very unclear about the non-vaxxers. I don't understand. What is the purpose of this? Who is this ultimately going to benefit? That's my question.
Yeah, well, I'm a non-vaxxer, and
I know, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. And so let me go back to when you said about the education. My children are homeschooled. They've never been to public school, and when my daughter went to college, I homeschooled her all the way through. We did a religious exemption. So that's what this country offers, and every state offers religious exemptions. And so the point and the benefit is, whether you all, whomever, even listening, believe in biblical principles or not, and believe in Jesus Christ or not, that is the end result of the benefit. It is our body, it is our choice. And so we believe in herd immunity. And so I'm not going to get into the specifics of the COVID vaccine, but I would just say this: it's not a vaccine. I've been vaccinated. I'm a product of public school. I understand that, but we're living in a different time where this particular vaccine, as they're calling it a vaccine, is not a vaccine. What the main thing that I will speak on, because like I said, I'm not an expert on this, is what I don't like about this particular injection is that it has gene therapy. I'm not going to allow any government to alter my DNA. And you can research that. It's in Pfizer's publication and it's in Moderna's publication. So it's not hidden. Okay. And so that's one of the major things about this with me. But because we believe in biblical values, Christianity, and my body is the temple of the Lord, my child's body, my children's body is the temple of the Lord. This is our choice. So we're not, we understand what you're saying about the whole of the community. I get that. But that still does not mean my rights should be violated. My body autonomy should be violated. You don't have a right to interject my children. You don't have a right to interject my husband and I for those things. And so we are doing what we should do to be responsible. So that's the problem. We are accountable to our health. We are responsible for our health. And we're doing what we have deemed as necessary, even based on our doctor's advice. Our doctor, so we consult our doctor as well. And so with that, to me, that is the benefit, that the government has no right to force people to violate their body autonomy, their body sovereignty. Even with the abortion issue, I don't agree with abortion. I am pro-life from a biblical perspective. You have no right to kill a baby. But guess what? If a woman wants to do that, that's her choice. She's going to be held accountable for that decision. We're all going to be held accountable for every decision we make, no matter whom you believe in. I'm a firm believer you will be held accountable for those decisions. So I say again, I am pro-life to the core. But if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But you will be held accountable for that decision.
Okay. The point that I'm trying to make is there's something called the common good. And how are people protected from people who
Well,
possibly
if I'm not sick, I can't make the common good sick. If there's nothing wrong with me, so they're saying the unvaccinated making people sick. That's hullabaloo. If I can't give you what I don't have. What's making people sick is vaccines, and all of us can research that. And I call it the old vaccines. Vaccines shed, and even Pfizer, Moderna would tell you once you get injected, there's a 2-week period that you should stay away from other people. Vaccine shed period. So there's spike protein that's proceeding from this COVID vaccine. So what is really happening is that all these different variants is because vaccine shed, and that's what's making everyone sick. You can't make people sick when you're not sick. That's absolutely insanity. You can't do that. So
That's what
now
I
this
thought.
growth of
well,
people getting
there's
sick, and then as Anthony said, you get the shot, but you can still get it. So then what's the
well,
common
I
sense?
mean,
What's
if
the point of giving it if you can still infect people, if you can still get sick?
but you can
So
say that
it's a
almost
lot out
in
there.
terms of any vaccination you take. I don't do flu shots
Exactly.
because the flu shot makes me
Exactly.
sick.
Yes.
So what I
Yeah.
did
So
was change my diet during this part of the year. So those
exactly.
things which are precipitate mucus in the lungs, like dairy and wheat and
Yes.
sugar, which is in everything, I eliminate those from my diet. But
Yes.
I have a sense that the government is going to make it punitive for people who are not
Oh yeah.
vaccinated by limiting your travel and your
Yes.
access.
Well, that's
So
the new
that's
So
world.
something that is
yeah.
going to be,
So
I'm going to
we're
look up
willing. Yeah.
what you're talking about in terms
Yeah,
of DNA.
please do, Miss White. But in terms of the economic shift, because that's what's happening. So I can get, really biblical with this. In terms of the economic shift that's going to happen to those of us that refuse vaccinations, we are willing to take that risk. My life is more valuable. My children's life, their health is more valuable than allowing government to inject my children and me and my husband with something we don't agree with. So to answer your question on what we're going to do, we're just going to deal with this economic shift. That's what we're going to do. Literally, we're preparing. Most of us, a lot of families that we know, we are all been in preparation for this for a long time. And those of us that have kept up with this and have been, if you will, anti-vaxxers or big on choice, this is not something we just woke up to 2020. This is something I've been on this path for a long time, over 15 years. So we are prepared and thoroughly prepared. More importantly, we are prepared spiritually for how this world is changing. That's what's
I
happening. We're
see.
prepared. We're
I see.
fine.
It's going
Yeah.
to be very interesting being in the West, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I because I taught history as well in
Yes,
school.
ma'am.
I have a sense that what's changing here is similar to what happened in Germany during the time that, I'm not trying to say that what's happening here is going to be a fascist thing, but it has some similarities in terms of control
Yes, it does.
of
Oh
what we
Yes.
yeah.
do and what we can't do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself and talking to a friend that if I was a younger person, I would have been gone now, because there
Yeah.
is a feeling here, aside from the normal sensation of not feeling comfortable. I don't know if anyone has that sense of something is changing. You can't
Oh,
really
yeah.
put your finger on it, but something's
Mm-hmm.
changing. I analogize it to when my family and I came from the South in the 1950s. Everything was great in my community. We lived in Woodlawn. Everything was great. I never saw much color. People were always working, and they always had parcels in their heads, and their heads were down, and their backs were, their shoulders were humped, and they were always very, very quiet. I'm getting that sense now that there's no joy. There's no real sun, we know, from pollution and so forth. But I have a sense of so much changing. We're being programmed and getting ready for the next stampede of what is to come. And that's with the rise of inflation, our dollars, which are printed, becomes less
Mm-hmm.
valuable, and we can the dollars buy less, which puts you in stress.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be an interesting time for all of us,
Yes.
and
Yes, it is.
also a scary time, possibly.
Yes, it
It's the
is.
new
It
world
is. Very
order.
much so.
It's
There you
it's
go,
if
Anthony.
if
Thank
you
you.
travel around the world, I've been around the world. There's no safe place. There might be, like the good book says, you follow me, you get a little sanctuary. But that's just you and your family. The whole world is not going to be a sanctuary. So where you run to might save you a little bit, but it's coming. This whole...
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't want to sound so...
Thank you very much. But there are some places where you can't go. I'm not talking about whole communities and so forth. I'm just talking about me right now. But this really has a sense and a feeling. My father was a Marcus Garvey supporter. And Marcus Garvey said, hey, there's no freedom here for us. And we stayed too long, believing that something is going to be very positive for us here. No. But
Beth, I got to ask a question. Around the world, there's no freedom. Almost every corner of the earth, if going out of the Bible,
but there never was any freedom.
Huh?
There's been no freedom in the time that the Europeans have colonized.
Okay, so where we running to then?
We can talk about that for hours.
So I'm saying,
I had to ask the question. I appreciate the response.
So you got a personal shelter to go to and hide out? That's about all you could do. A personal shelter. You got a bomb shelter? A hideout?
I'm not talking about that. My worldview is an Afrocentric one, and it's bigger than a shelter. Thank you, dear.
The revolution will not be televised.
The revolution is not going to happen. Period.
Well, but so I'm just confused that, and believe when I was younger, I mean, people know me. People listening from the police department. Some of the guys know me. Williams, that's why you didn't make no rank. That's why you didn't do this, because you're always going against. But from being around the world, being a soldier, being a cop, wherever that, and I hate to say it, I know it's one point people going to be, that Gentile man's going to be, he's on every corner of the earth. We are not going, we ain't going to get no relief nowhere, and this all is about to crash.
Well, but we won't get anything if we wait for it.
Oh, it's coming.
We won't get anything if we wait for it.
I don't want to get Armageddon on you.
With people in our country, Black people and people of colors, we're waiting for something, for a benign goodness to come and give us something. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen?
No.
Oh, so, okay, I know we talking about the he coming back and all this, but
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, it seems I'm
not. I'm a realist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we think, even if we was going to have a change and revolution, we don't own all the guns and bombs and tanks.
No, we have no men to fight a revolution, and our communities are fragmented. Okay. We don't make a gun or a car.
That's right. We don't manufacture none of that.
We made the first car, but Henry Ford and his group bankrupted a Black man named Patterson. And each time there is a shift towards our prosperity and power, something happens. Like now, there is a manipulation supposedly from Biden to assure that certain voting rights will happen. But we understand that we can change this country through the vote. So there are things that are going to happen to counter that.
Bush stole the presidency. See, how you think?
Yes, that's true.
So you think because you vote is going to, you sound, my buddy told me the same thing. He told me, Anthony, if we would have got out with our lazy I said, man, Bush stole it. We was winning. He said, it's going to me.
Bush was part of the oil cartel, which bought off the Supreme Court and did that thing with Bush's brother, who was the governor of Florida, and the whole thing. The plan is for us not to win. As I was telling my college students in class, and all of the classes I've taught, I've said the plan is not for us to be first. It's for us to be followers, never leaders. That's what all of this is about. And if you understand that, then your ideas, and as a young person, you'll have a different plan, hopefully.
Well, that do sound reassuring, but
it's not reassuring at this point. Not at all.
If we had,
we don't control our educational systems. You were very insightful to raise your children and homeschool them so you could control what went into their minds, what affected their environments. Because now they're going in schools. Who knows? I mean, you go to teach, and I was a teacher, and I don't think I would be teaching now, because to teach now in the public schools where many of the students are not protected and the facilities are not safe, you endanger your life to teach and make that money, such as it is.
Yeah. So,
and even and I'm gonna have to jump off, Anthony, going to this meeting, but this was awesome. This is fantastic. So, and Miss White and Dr. Lewis, pleasure to meet you. You
pleasure
strong,
to meet you
powerful
too.
Women.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, too. But I'm gonna just bring one point to what you said, Miss White, in terms of going to the public school system, because I do advocate in terms of what's happening in the school system. What I mean by that, I advocate for parents to really grab hold to what the education is, as you stated. And I'm a big opponent to the CSE, the comprehensive sex ed that they're doing, and the whole LGBT movement. And I don't think that children should be sexually indoctrinated in the way Illinois has passed this law. So just to throw that out, that we need to be fighting for that too.
Most of us are not aware of it. Most of us are not aware of it.
Absolutely right. So that's yes. So
but they're not indoctrinating on sex, but more kind of how they identify.
But I have some objections to that as well. Yes, I agree.
LGBT is identifying, but no, this comprehensive sex ed is literally teaching them about anal, oral, and masturbation, and then by 6th grade, teaching them how to consent to sexual activity. So yes, so Anthony, we may have to do a show about that, and we can break that bill down.
Yes, I think that's warranted, because I wasn't even aware of that. I had some problems with the fact that because of a law, there are numerous laws. You know, there's the law of God's, quote unquote. There's the law of man, and homosexual activity of any sort is considered an abomination. I've always had a problem with the social acceptability of certain things.
Yeah, and but it's here now. It's here now.
It's here.
It's
right.
Here now. Yeah. So my thing,
you know what I mean? It's here now.
My whole thing is, because we can, I will fall on the side of biblical principle. My heart to now, and what I'm expressing on the show today, I believe children. We should be allowing children to be children. Now, according to this country, when you get 18, you're grown, you can do whatever your little heart desires, but they have no right to sexually indoctrinate other people's kids. That's the problem.
Yes, the government does. That's a part of the paradigm shift in education in society. The government is taking
not the sexual. Yeah, and so that's why I'm advocating for parents to, if you will, or
that's a good point.
Working to create a parent.
That's a very good point. We need to talk. We need to have a show on that.
Yeah, we need to.
We need to have a show.
Disclosure, I'd have to say though, I was the sex lady in the school. That used to be me.
Let me ask the question. Even though Ms. Fields has to go, is it correct that children were told about sexual practices and so forth? Was that a part of the curriculum?
My role, I worked for the Contra Costa County, and we went into schools and we did a variety of education on like conflict resolution. And you have to be real. We were at supposedly high risk schools. So we were talking to children who had real life issues that they needed real life information on how to handle. Right. So, and it happens. They gonna know in 6th grade. Okay. They gonna, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think school. I think kids gonna know it. I mean, I had a baby at 17, so they're gonna know it. But I don't think bureaucrats and the school system and school board has a right to violate parental consent to teach something so sacred. So I say what we need to do is doctors like Dr. Lewis train the parents as well, because these are issues we need to talk about. They're doing it. They're doing all sorts of things, but we don't structuralize or legalize things they're doing. They're killing each other too. So we're going to teach them how to kill each other correctly. So I don't get off into their conflict
resolution. We're going to teach resolution.
So they're doing a lot of things anyway. But I think when it comes to sexuality and transgenderism, that is a conversation that should be between that child and their parent.
Well, most parents are not aware, and most parents think that education
is educated on that.
Yeah, we have to just make.
They're not.
They do, and I'm all for that. And that's
it's a pleasure talking to you.
God, we're working hard to do. So you all be blessed, Anthony. We need a show. All right,
we need a show.
Y'all take care.
Well, we got it. We're gonna do it.
We do.
Booyah!
Have a good evening. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Dr. Lewis, I'm so sorry that during the holidays I was so busy. I did tell Anthony, you and Anthony before the holidays that I wanted you all to come over and we'd have conversation and some wine. I have not forgotten that. I haven't forgotten. It's just that people have been dropping around me with COVID, so I have not opened my home to anyone because I have no idea.
I just tested positive.
And I joke and say I'm like a puppy. I've had all my shots. I have, and so have the people around me, but they've been dropping from COVID. In fact, a neighbor of mine was buried 2 weeks ago, and she was 55 years old. She had not been vaccinated. She hadn't received a shot. I'm never going to be one who criticizes other people's religious and whatever beliefs, but I'm a realist at this point in my life. And the problem is that the government and the medical community doesn't really know how to deal with whatever this is here. So they're shooting into the dark, and hopefully some of this will work.
Well,
yeah, the shots and so forth. But I took all of my shots because I'm going to get on a plane to a bunch of places, and I know I'm going to be asked for my passport.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Vaccinations. Pardon?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, because Miss Fields talking about it alters your DNA. A friend of mine said, well, girl, it alters your DNA. I said, well, at 72, are you going to have another child?
Yeah, now if they do that,
no,
boy,
and she answered, that was supposed to be funny, Anthony.
I know, but I'm just saying that, hey, it does some stuff that we might not know. But my thing is, hey, we need everybody to take the shot. You are acceptable of getting it, but the thing is, it usually won't kill you. You might have it for 3 to 5 days instead of for 15 days and die. But we're not going to promise you it's the one-shot cure-all. You didn't come out telling us that.
We live in a place where the bottom line is more important. Our ancestors were brought here to work for free. And there was religion that said that one side says we're cursed and we have to serve our brother and so forth. And the other one says other people are saying we're the chosen people. So I tell people, we need to get all this straight. My thing about religion, especially Christianity, is the fact that we were brought here under the guise of Christianity, and nothing Christian was directed towards us, and nothing has been directed towards us. So I believe in trying to protect the greater good, because the small group of individuals who are anti-vaxxers are going to be segregated within the society, and I don't know how that's going to work out.
Oh, it's nothing but the part of the breakdown of chaos in society.
There's no breakdown. This is a concerted effort to control.
I'm talking about how society is going to go crazy in the streets. Civil unrest.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, okay. It's coming. It's coming, super teacher. It's
so
on
that means
the wall.
I got to get some more guns, right?
Yeah, no, we don't have enough guns. We don't have enough guns to do it. It's coming.
I'm being funny. Funny.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even if we had enough men,
there also is a breakdown. There is a breakdown in society. Look at the fact that it just goes on and on and on. I'm weary.
Dr. Betty.
Hello.
Another doctor, Dr. Lewis, Dr. Betty. You know the super teacher.
Oh, good.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, I called Wakanda, and it's the second week of January. I will call you, and so Anthony and I can come by and take a tour and so forth.
So, Dr. Lewis, this is our CBD oil.
I'm a founder. I'm gonna be on the wall.
I have to look for your name. Here and be quiet. See, she got a whole lot of stuff here. Then, yeah. See, that's why I got on. I knew something.
You have to excuse me. I have to go back to a Zoom meeting. I'm hoping to talk to all of you very soon. And Dr. Smith, Anthony and I are going to come over, and I wanted to talk to you about some naturopathic things. Please excuse me.
We could talk to Dr. Lewis too, since she's the founder on the wall.
Well, no. When I say that, I mean, I don't know.
It's all right, Doc.
But
you on there?
Kind of forever.
You gonna come in here with us? We all come over there together.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Glad to see you, Doc. We had an interesting conversation. And so what's new on your agenda? What's new in Wakanda world to help us with COVID?
So, okay. All right. So we do have immune system boosters with Wakanda. And actually, that is something that I'm going to be speaking on during our health conference, which is Saturday, January the 15th from 9 to 4. And I'd like to invite the entire listening audience and participants to join us. You can actually purchase tickets on my website, and we are going to share nuggets and nuggets and nuggets on health, wellness, and how to change your lifestyle, because really that's what it's all about.
That's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday in a couple of days, exactly. So we're going to be talking about boosting your immune system. We're going to be talking about mental health issues, especially around COVID, and just a wealth of information that you can use to increase your level of wellness now.
Well, Dr. Lewis, she said that mental health, it sounds like you're going to be somewhere in that mix. You kind of quiet. Yeah.
I just know that, I was listening to Dr. Roz, because I got COVID, and, just all the benefits, for the CBD, for the, the immune system and everything. I mean, I use my CBD.
Awesome. We just got some information about some recent research that was done, and they're now looking at the possibility and thinking that it is so that CBD, or shall I say, some of the cannabinoids actually
I'm gonna go fire some weed up right now.
Actually destroy the workings of COVID.
There we go.
Yeah. So
they on the phone now buying their dime bags.
Yeah, I didn't complete the entire article, but this is new research, and they are definitely on the case with this. So you have to realize too that CBD does boost the immune system, number one. Right. And it fights inflammation. It helps to eliminate inflammation. So right there, you have two of the most critical aspects of infections, similar to and including COVID and others, SARS.
Well, Dr. Sebi says only one culprit in the disease, and it's inflammation and mucus. Exactly. That's what he always say. It's only one. That mucus. So hey, you guys got to be on the right track.
That's right. So, and in addition to speaking to that, we at Wakanda are in the weight loss industry also, and it's not so much that we're looking at weight loss. It's really about waste loss. Yeah. We've been locked down in one form or another for well over a year. People have got pandemic pounds, we call them. And
PPP, huh?
Yeah. And so we are definitely looking to assist people in regaining their health and losing that extra weight and waste that has been accumulated, because if you know anything about toxins, they accumulate in the fat cells. Yeah. And so, and so we have a new initiative. We have our flat belly lifestyle. And it actually consists of 3 different phases that an individual can join in and partake of, depending on their level of commitment and their level of willingness to make a lifestyle change. So phase 1 makes it very easy, just really speaks to including more plant-based foods in your diet.
I tell you about my brother. He had that prostate, so he's on it. I'm on my 3rd day of just smoothies. Yesterday was my birthday. So I just started 3 days. I said I'm gonna try to make 14 days of straight smoothies, fruits and veggies, and hit my exercise and get ready for this summer, because I said I'm gonna buy a motorcycle and put a belly ring in a diamond in my with a cutoff shirt.
All right. So you are a perfect candidate.
Yeah.
You're a perfect candidate to take advantage of one of our phases. Like I said, you can phase 1, you can still eat flesh, fish, and other meats, but we do encourage you to do wild caught fish, pasture-raised poultry, and grass-fed beefs and those kind of things. We've got our phase 2, which moves further into the plant-based, and now we're talking our detox, as well as our flat belly brew and our flat belly gummies to go along with it, to help eliminate the toxins, loosen them up and eliminate them, to also eliminate the I'm sorry, listen, I hear my cat. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Cat talk,
the inflammation, as well as to help you understand how the body functions better. In addition to that, we're eating now according to our blood type, because every every blood type has a specific set of foods that are complementary to that blood type, and then another set that are detrimental to that blood type, increasing inflammation and thereby increasing the susceptibility to degenerative diseases. So we're taking this to a whole nother level.
So a quick question, Doc. Is it good, like before, if I was to, I start that, would it be good to go out to the doctor office to have the pole and do the vacuum clean thing, get it all out my stomach? I know, Dr. Lewis, you're looking like, well, hold on.
You're talking about a colonic.
Yeah.
You're talking about a colonic.
Get the vacuum clean sucked?
Oh, okay, so that is an option. However, that is only going to pull the waste out of your colon. And we have some 12 or more feet of intestines. So tell me what day you pooped 12 feet.
Never. That would be an extraordinary day.
Exactly.
So, no, I mean, I just asked that question. Would that be something that could go along with that? Yeah.
Oh, certainly. But let me tell you that in our phase 3, in addition to, so in phase 3, we have taken it a step further. We're doing a total raw, 21 days, in addition to a set of products that that we've embraced, that were developed by Dr. Eric Prince, who is who's an Olympian. And we have been fortunate enough to partner with him, and we are all in on utilizing his three products, in addition to our 21-day cleanse and raw diet.
Well, I don't want to look too good at 58. And I don't want to, I want to be out here, starting.
Yes, you do.
I'm just trying to end up getting married and settle down and be quiet. Now, all the sports car and Playboy stuff, I think I got it cleaned out of me. You know?
Been there, done that, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I need to change my life. You know.
Okay, very good. Well, one of the things that makes that all the more possible is to change your body, change your lifestyle. So when you take in more fruits and vegetables, especially raw, you're energizing your body. You're really providing your body with the nutrients that it has so been craving. I mean, one of the reasons that we eat mindlessly is that we're following the dictates of cravings. And those cravings occur because we're not getting the nutrients that we need in our body. So it's great that we have CBD because CBD is a lifesaver. It's really, some people think of it as a snake oil because it does so many miraculous things in the body, and it brings the body back to balance so that it can function the way that it's supposed to function. But it's not what should I say? It also requires that we change our lifestyle to some degree and eat properly. So we can't.
I'm having withdrawals. This raw stuff is killing me. It's you open my refrigerator, it look like I got stock in Pete's Produce.
Some farm, man. Yes, that's a good thing though. That's a good thing.
I'm having the shakes, man. I go buy chicken wings, Popeye almost crashed my car. Oh my God. I go buy Burger King. You know how bad Burger King, that burger smell like barbecue. Oh man, I gotta go take another route to my mother's house so I won't smell Burger King.
You don't smell it. Yeah.
I think it's baby steps too. They have a lot of plant-based products, meat substitute products.
Yeah, that's what we got. My mother, we trying to work on her to work with this dementia, this clogged and fogged brain. And man, but them chicken wings smell good at Burger King. I can smell it on a good windy day. It comes right up the hill. Jesus.
Well, you know, most things, I'll say most, I won't say all things. I'll say most things in moderation.
Moderation.
So, yeah. And so like Doc said, you know, it's baby steps. Nobody really expects an individual to just go cold turkey and stop eating everything that they're used to eating. That's why we have phase 1, 2, and 3. You can just move gently into.
Well, that's why I'm probably having the shakes because I just cold turkey.
Yeah.
But I've been having the shakes for like the last 2 months. Man,
but I would like you to also, you want to journal kind of your experience. If you really do it, like even if you don't do it for your whole, whatever you said you're going to do it, kind of write about like, so you can notice if there's changes, like for you yourself, you know.
Well, I notice changes. I can tell sometimes when I really hit it, my weight go down a couple of pounds right fast. But man, them things be calling my name.
But what other changes though, other than the weight though? Like, do you feel more energized? Is your mood improved?
Yeah, to do my exercise, I pop up in the morning and go on and do it. I know usually when I done ate them burgers and had them beers in a couple of days, I lay in the bed till 10 and 11, then I get up and yawn. But when I notice when I'm just got number strawberry and greens in me, I can pop up and go, ooh.
That can make all the difference, right? That can be exactly.
I know, but I get so used, man, that burger smell, man. You know, all my life, if it was only burger,
like a gourmet burger. I mean, don't be like pining for Burger King. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's like moderation.
I'm a ghetto guy. I'm a slummer. I know, man. I need to get a gourmet burger.
Yeah,
but that grease slobbering off, you know, it just.
Grass fed, if that, you know, kosher, something halal,
exactly. Grass, exactly.
I'm trying.
Well, one thing, Anthony, I would like to invite you. I know you and May Beth were going to come down, but Doc, you also, you know, we're doing scans. We're doing blood We're doing blood typing so that people know what their blood type is. And then we're also doing bioscans to help identify where there are imbalances and features out of range in terms of your bodily function. And these are identified on a cellular level, which helps you provide you with information and education that you can use to, again, change your lifestyle and thereby hopefully sidestep and avert some impending health challenges.
And you know that, and that's very important for people out there to know, because that would help me. That right there decision was helping me make the decision of going plant-based, because I was diagnosed diabetic, and I had my A1C was 8.4.
Whoa.
A couple of weeks, well, to a month, I slowly went to just my smoothies and raw, and I dropped down to 6.6. So therefore, I know it's some truth in it.
Oh, definitely.
And out of that, I might have cheated one day, and I had 2 chicken wings. But I was so full of green mean
that it didn't affect,
8.4,
right?
And all I need is get down to a 5, and then I'm off the Fat Boy Diabetic program. So that's what's keeping me going.
Okay, and so at that point, again, this is about a lifestyle change. Not to just get there and then go back to the usual. And so with our phases, we also have a coaching program to help encourage, empower, and educate you as you make this change, because I'm trying. It's not an easy task. Yeah. I'm on phase 3, and I'm on day 6. Now, I don't have any real weight to lose, but I've got waste to lose. So, so I'm in the challenge myself.
You know what Monique says, always a little slim women talking about, I'm on it too, but you don't look like you got a chicken wing in your mouth.
No, I don't have a chicken wing in my mouth, but I got a couple of rolls, even though I'm small. We call my group the skinny fat people.
Skinny fat people?
The skinny fat people.
That almost sounds polite. That sounds real polite.
It's a real thing. I'm a member.
Okay, exactly. Well, I got a little muffin top. I only wear an 8, but I got a muffin top. And
I'm in the Fat Boy program, so okay, ain't nothing skinny, not even my fingers.
Yeah, so I would definitely like to invite you all to come down for a scan. And if you can call me, and I can provide you with the information to set it up.
And now that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get some more of that information for further shows and put that out so people can see that, because I know there's a lot of people in my community need that. And that's what I always talk. Is there something that can scan and just tell us what to do? Because doctors tell you this and that, but you never know.
Right.
So you can kind of help yourself.
Exactly. And that's what it's about, self-care, because excuse me, it makes no sense to own this body and give it to somebody else to take care of.
Take care. Yeah. That's what HMOs.
Especially when you're not trusting them,
Right.
Exactly.
And I ain't gonna lie, I don't really trust none of my doctors. I just look at them and go, okay.
Well, so see, the more information you have about your own body, the more intelligently you
conversation I can
communicate with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I ask her that question, she go, where you hear that at? I got you.
Yep. So
well, it's been great. It's been great. So you're gonna give me that information, and I think when you during your week, this busy rest of the week, I want you to make out some ship me something, because I want to put it up so I can shoot it out and have it over here when we do our show. I can have it on there and they can see it and be part of the show when they go on Facebook and YouTube and look at it. And Doc,
Sure.
if you got any
Will
stuff
do.
you want to put out, the same thing, you know.
Sounds good.
Well, hey, no, you guys sound good, and I appreciate you because you're on the show. Wakanda and Her World Media forever.
Wakanda, right?
Wakana. No, there's no
Wakana.
D in there. Wakana.
Wakana. You know, I'm from the hood. We always want to put some D's
I
in
know
it,
what
like a
the
baby.
D.
That's why they always baby say dad first. They don't say mama, dad. Hey, I know it goes back. I'm trying to be like Maybeth. So, hey, ladies, I appreciate you and hope you guys get through COVID and all that, and we see you back next week.
Okay.
But if y'all have any ideas or anything, y'all always can call me, email me, text me. All right?
Awesome.
All
Thank
right,
you
sister.
so much for
Appreciate
the opportunity.
you. All right.
Nice meeting you, Doc.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
hope
y'all
to
from the
see you
same.
on the conference. I'll talk
Yeah,
to you,
she in the
Anthony.
background. Yeah. All right. Bye, Doc.
Bye for now.
Bye. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and watch your wellness and your wealth rocketed out of this world. That's right. Come get the 911 on the 411. For women, from women. Hurry. Remember, it's a Her World Media production. All women, all the time. #Shift the Spotlight.